Shalom. Shalom and welcome. These are quick words. End time things to consider. Today is March 24th, 2014. These are messages addressed to those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 and multitude. Those who will be called the children of obedience. The children of the Most High Father Yahuah. Those who are saved and receive salvation through Yahusha, our Mashiach, our Messiah. These words are to you, of whom I call my brothers and my sisters. Today is March 24th, 2014. My name is Symmanayah, if you're tuning in for the first time. And this segment is entitled Critical Indicators. Critical Indicators. When people begin to be missing or not show up for routine business like work, or even coming home or going to meetings or any gathering, when people begin to appear to be missing, or it would seem as though they disappeared, could this be a critical indicator that something is unfolding? When no water comes out of the sink or shower, could this be a critical indicator of drought? When grocery store prices become too high, so high that they are beyond our reach due to their price, and or the shelves become barren and empty, could this just possibly be a critical indicator that something is happening? When we begin to see the roadways, highways, railway stations, airports, ports, even walkways and streets become extraordinarily congested with very frustrated and scared individuals, do you believe then that this could be defined as critical indicators? Will those caught in congestion be individuals who fail to take heed to living instructions, guidance, and warning? Will individuals who heard living instructions and warning but decided not to respond begin to tell others how they ignored the warnings and now face much regret and pain? My brothers and sisters, I cannot stress enough, there are three important things we need to live physically from a natural perspective. They are fresh water, fresh air, and food. Currently, in different parts of the country and world, air pollution is a challenge. It exists and is becoming widespread as a result of our neglect, as a result of global warming. CO2 levels and methane gas levels are increasing across the globe. For those in specific areas that describe tough air conditions or the quality of air is rough, they know firsthand the severity of such. In many other areas of the world, in California, which supplies much of the United States produce, nuts, and contribute towards the beef inventory, as well as in Brazil, China, Africa have long experienced it, and other countries, Australia, are experiencing severe drought, which means fresh water shortage, my brothers and sisters. This will result in less food being produced. So with no water, we will soon begin to see food supplies shrink, diminish, get less, and then in some cases, grocery store shelves will become clear. Some restaurants will be closed. From fast food to full service, kitchens will become ghostly as there arise a time when we will not have food. In many areas, my brothers and sisters. Could these be critical indicators that something is going on? Critical indicators are among us already, and many actually are aware of the rapidly rising food costs. In some societies, food prices have risen, and in some cases, people are used to seeing grocery stores close up, fold, and leave their respective neighborhoods. My brothers and sisters, I submit to you, there will be critical indicators. They exist now and they will intensify. Indicators such as food prices constantly going up, grocery store shelves becoming empty, people becoming frustrated, nervous, angry, fearful. But in some societies, food prices are used to contribute towards economic conversation and investment behaviors and dialogue, thus resulting in a delay in what truly is erupting regarding actual food supply. The time will come when those who actually visit the stores, grocery stores, will find the shelves bare. I cannot stress this enough, my brothers and sisters. In many instances, we will begin to see grocery stores closed completely. I have witnessed in some grocery stores where they no longer hold the same amount of inventory they once did in times past. And I went to during different times of the month in different areas to see, and it appears that there is a reduction in food inventories as I speak. There will be stores closed permanently, and people will have to begin traveling further distance just to shop for food, and in some cases become frustrated. I ask you, could these be critical indicators that something is growing before our eyes related to end-time prophecy? Ask anyone who lives in a major urban core within the United States, and they will probably inform you that these conditions exist and have existed in their community for years. There's a term that's even being circulated called food deserts, where people find it hard to find fresh meat and fresh produce within urban communities. While there are those who have escaped poverty, soon money, precious metals, valuable stones, and other items of value will lose their importance as people desperately seek for food, as it becomes a matter of life or death. There will be telltale signs, or as I have stated, critical indicators. The task that remains is how we will respond to them. Will we be proactive, as guided by the Spirit of Yahusha, or will we get caught in the congestion of chaos, violence, civil unrest, economic collapse, or more? Each of us has been prepared for such a time as unfolding before our eyes. Many of us may be unaware, but soon it will make sense, for the Spirit of Yahushua teaches and brings to remembrance all that he has said to us regarding these promises and regarding what is necessary for us to learn, worship, and obey him. There are things brought to our attention, but because we may not witness a verse attached to them right away, it does not mean that our living Savior is not close by and providing living words. There will be those among us who will become curious, some concerned, and many have their spirits stirred with convictions to move, to act, to respond. I strongly urge each and every listener of these words, do not be afraid to ask questions, more questions, lots of questions and many more questions. Seek out righteous answers to the many challenges ahead, my brothers and sisters, for this is indeed real. If you were standing in the middle of a very narrow bridge and bright lights were heading your way along with the sound of a roaring semi-truck, would you not do something before being hit by this vehicle? Would it not be clear that bright lights, a loud noise, and maybe even the sound of a blowing horn indicate that danger is imminent? Well, just as you answered these questions with intelligence, consider the fact that there are critical indicators before us now which will require, no, demand us to respond. Time will tell, but hindsight can put one, if not many, at risk of severe harm and possibly death. What's sad is we have come to communicate in such a way that it suggests that we use the word critical in order for the strength of the word indicators to make sense, versus just saying there are indicators to be mindful of and aware. Nevertheless, communications are mere words unless they are made alive and result in action or actions. We have reached end times, my brothers and sisters. Be alert, for there is much required, much asked, much demanded of us. My brothers and sisters, do not get discouraged. Do not be overtaken in unbelief, for the final exodus will take shape. The 144,000 will come to be and we will overcome. We will get past critical indicators, and we will witness the fulfillment of all that is written. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned as Quick Words continues. Shalom, 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 and be mindful of critical indicators. Shalom.